Hey, good morning, and welcome back to another guitar morning with fun-filled guitar morning with Jason Carey Guitar. Yeah, I'm with you this morning. We've got a little bit of a surprise over here. I'm not sure if you can see it, but might stick around for that. Yeah, see what happens. See what happens. What we can drum up. Welcome to the chat. Remember to guard your privacy and abide by our community guidelines. Our community guidelines, in case we could all use a little refreshment on that. The community guidelines are just to basically be kind to one another. And I see Kevin's on board here. Good morning, Kevin. We had a little back and forth between a couple of live chatters yesterday, so we want to try to nip that in the bud as best we can. And with however you see fit. And I'm thinking we just wanted to, the whole point here is to try to create kindness and perpetuate kindness and hard work and just a beautiful guitar ethos. So we just focusing on the guitar. And without further ado, we might take a look this morning. I'm not sure if this will work, but I think I might open up that case and see what we've got inside that case. Yeah, good morning, Mark. Good morning. Good morning. So we're just working on tuning up the guitar, just checking for tuning as part of our warm-up pattern, part of our let's get ready to rock the world of guitar this morning. Oh, you did see that. Okay, Kevin. Yeah, all right, cool. Yeah, I figured your eagle eyes weren't missing much, All right, so we've got a nice little tuning session going straight back, good quality breath in. Good morning again, Mark and Kevin. Yeah, we had some people say, "Hey, where's Kevin?" yesterday. I thought, we've got a new t-shirt. We've got a brand new t-shirt, so let me review a request. I had a request yesterday. Let's see. I think Kevin was on vacation yesterday. Had a beautiful day off. All right, so let's go ahead and say I was hoping to consider maybe trying a call and response in a certain key and use the pentatonics that we've been learning and maybe stay with that for a week or so. So I think what we're going to do is work on expanding on our understanding and practice of pentatonic patterns. So a little later on, we'll go ahead and just we'll start diving back into the pentatonic system. Here's our metronome. Our metronome is running at 60 beats per minute today, just like every other day. We're going to talk a little bit today about how to double that time, how to get ourselves up in the space of a practice session, how to get ourselves up to 120 beats per minute. So that will be kind of fun to do, all without changing the metronome. We don't want to introduce chaos into the metronomic system. All right, let's take a quick look at what's going on here. I've got a case back here with a Bourgeois guitar in it, and I was thinking about maybe, I haven't introduced it to anybody else on the channel yet. And I thought, since you guys are with me every morning, I thought maybe you guys Might like to see it before anybody else does. Yeah, and you see it and maybe hear it. You know, I'm not sure that the iPhone is going to do it a whole lot of justice, but maybe we can take a cool look back at it. Yeah, callback. Yeah, we're going to do a call and response. So that will be worth its weight in gold, I think, just to set up a little groove. We'll set up a little grid, and we'll use each pentatonic shape. We'll approach it two separate ways. So the surprise will be that each shape has its own root note, and each shape is also part and parcel of one sort of blanket pentatonic sound. So we'll explore the two separate approaches to each shape, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Stick around for a little while. We'll to make it sound a little less complicated and a little less convoluted. It's going to be, you know, basically this shape right here is I'll call it A minor pentatonic, but it could be part of the C major pentatonic system, so we don't want to overlook that we have a duality or a multiplicity in each and every chord scale shape that we know. So as we're learning, as we walk through Ted Green's chord chemistry together. So fingers 2 and 4 on 10 and 12. If you would like to, if you'd like to see, yeah, that's right, Jill's guitar. So I'm not sure why those, you must be smashing the like button, and that gets hidden for some reason. We see Puppet Forces. Much love from uptown Chicago. Good morning. Good morning. How are you this morning? Hope you're doing well. Maybe you have a guitar in hand and you're ready to play some guitar. Gotcha, Kevin. Thank you for catching that. Oh yeah, so I was in the middle of, you know, just talking about the guidelines here. It's just community guidelines, community standards, basically treat each other with love and respect and kindness and all of that stuff that we normally would do when we're face to face at the dining table. You know, that's something in the live chat. Please use the live chat by all means. Please use the live chat and go ahead and just if you have something that you would like to share about warming up with the guitar. And good morning, Jill. This is Bourgeois. Good morning. I have a case behind me. I don't know if you can see it, just off to my, just beyond that green cloth. But that green cloth, I have a very special acoustic guitar in that case. And I'm thinking I wanted to crack that case open a little bit this morning because no one else on the channel has seen the guitar yet. No one else has seen this guitar yet or heard it, anything about it. They've heard about it, but I think I'm going to crack that case open this morning, and we're going to give it a little bit of a listen together. I think maybe because you guys are all here with me in the morning, and I think probably I was thinking maybe you would enjoy seeing that guitar getting sort of like the first unofficial look. You know what I mean? I thought, how would I enjoy being treated? And that's one of the things that I was thinking about. So fingers 2 and 4 on 10 and 12. Let's go ahead and check it out. 9 and 12, we're getting the old stretcheroonies going. Yeah, I got the zoomies. Baton Rouge, good morning. I've been waiting for the big reveal. Oh! Cracked corn. Jimmy cracked corn. He didn't care. He didn't care. We'd hike with Mr. Gonzalez, Mr. Kevin Gonzalez. randomly revealed facts, very cool. Thanks for being here. The Baton Rouge, I'm not sure what's going on. I'm missing that a little bit, but good morning. Good morning, Mr. G, Mr. Lex G. And Jimmy cracked corn, he didn't care. We used to hike for miles. I have a hiking partner that he just turned the big 5-0 on the 27th. And we hiked a lot of miles together. And we'd always have trail names for each other. Jimmy and Johnson and Carlson, and Jimmy Carlson. And one of the hikes was Jimmy cracked corn. And so we just have so much fun, you know. It's so easy to have so much fun, and it's even easier, it seems like it's even easier to have a bad time these days, you know? So we want to just keep the tone light and keep the tone lively, and try to keep it musical while we're working through this morning ritual for guitar growth. Oh, Loving My Life by Queen, yeah, all right. Jimmy Darrell. Estrada, good morning. So good morning. What you're walking into this morning is we're going to open up this guitar case here. We're just going to open up this guitar case in a few minutes. You can see the guitar case right down here. My finger looks pretty large in scale compared to that case, but it's a depth of field issue. You know, I don't have really big fingers, but it's coming up. And I played it one time. I haven't been handling it much because we're in the middle of photographing it and filming it. And so we are really careful to not get finger germs, you know, cooties all over it just yet, because it's a little bit of a job to clean it and prepare it to get it camera ready. Do you know what I mean? Camera ready? You know what I mean when I say camera ready, right? And it means a different thing in different fields, I guess. But it sure is a beautiful guitar, and if you stick around just for a few more minutes, we're going to get it out. We're going to start talking about that. Also, maybe if you're new here, you might find it useful to know who I am, what I'm doing. I'm Jason, and this is my honest to goodness morning ritual for guitar growth, and it's my literally my warm-up pattern, and I'm just kind of walking through my warm-ups. Now it's time to stretch every 15 minutes, right on the button. New toy, nice, yeah, nice. Love of My Life by Queen. If you listen to Brian May, is Brian May the guitar player who built his own amps and stuff? Didn't he build his own equipment? I mean, what a great tone master. And to capture those tones for the purposes of recording, right? Listening to the tone live in a room and then capturing a tone that is suitable for a stereo field, binaural field, a stereo field. What a beautiful, beautiful capture. There are those of us on this planet whose gift it is to capture with great care some of the finest sounds the planet will ever hear, right? It's quite a gift to hear those things, you know. So we're just stretching 60 beats per minute. I'm counting in my mind most of the time. I'm thinking measure 4 to T, 4, and this is feeling really good because I haven't stretched yet today. Measure 1, 2, T, fo, and then measure 2, T, fo, measure T, 2, T, fo, measure, fo, 2, T, fo. Good, yeah. And we'll get our backs sorted out. We'll get our breath sorted out again. And we'll come right back to fingers 2 and 3 and 4 at 4 attacks per beat. The beat being the metronomic click that you're hearing in the background that can benefit many, and also at the same time it seems to annoy a few. But it is 60 beats per minute, so it's exactly the way 1 second will float by in our lives as we calculate the moments that jump by. But there's not much passing us by this morning because we are here. We are to be observant. We are saying, good morning, guitar, for the first time today, maybe, and for the first time of many today, hopefully. Yeah. Hopefully many times today we'll be talking with the guitar, visiting with the guitar, and eventually it will feel as though the guitar is an extension, a natural extension of your own person, of your own body. And one of the ways that we do this, Mr. Haas has identified, one of the ways that we do this is through call and response. And this goes way, way, way back in human function, human communication. Here's a call and response. So let's start with a call and response. So let's say we're climbing on a cliff, right? And the lead climber has gone just up and over and out of sight, vertical, and there's a backward leading wall above me, and the lead climber's gone above that bend, above that lean back, lean out, that bump out, and then up and over to a positive angle again. And I can no longer see the lead climber, but I count on the lead climber once arriving at a spot where you can find some security, that he returns a call to me that says, on belay. And so he'll note that he's secure, and then there will be some sort of communication back from the climber that's getting ready. Maybe I'll ask him on belay, and he'll return belay on, and then on belay, and then am I secure? And he'll say belay on, and then I'll say climbing, and then he will return, or she will return, climb on, or climb away. Whatever the climb on, whatever those verbiages are, whatever those words are that you choose to affect as a team, some are standardized, but those calls and response can mean life or death in some cases. And fortunately for us, we're thinking, more in terms of cultural. I think we're, I want some macaroni and cheese. Where's the macaroni and cheese? Here's the macaroni and cheese over here, or I see the saber-toothed tiger over here, and then, from a few hundred feet away, I'm on my way to assist with the gathering, and there's this call and response that's existed for a long time in our natural world, and that transcends. That communication, that important communication, has informed the very basic roots of our musical communications, hasn't it? As a group, you might have one performer playing a simple line or a call, and then a second performer might return that call with an answer. So it might not be so for example, the first person might say, are you there? Just to confirm, so finger 1, 3, and 4, 9, 11, and 12. And then the simple response would be, if I am there, I am here, Or Jason, there's let's say roll call. Jason, and then I raise my hand and say, here. So I don't answer typically with the same call. I don't answer with a call, I answer with a response. So music, especially accessible blues, for many of us through pentatonic studies, is so appropriate, a place to start. So we're going to talk a little bit more about call and response today, and maybe we hang on this for a few days to see how people like it. The importance of call and response. So the call and response is a social thing, right? And sometimes we'll be traveling, and if we're world travelers, occasionally we'll need to leave little breadcrumbs so that we know from whence we came. You know, in the case that there's no, we have lost orientation, maybe we'll leave breadcrumbs or something like that. So those little calls condition our response to find our way, our return trip, to inform our return trip. So there are a lot of different ways or reasons to use call and response, and we can stretch it to include just about any human condition, I think. Sailing, deep water sailing, there's some call and response there as we get out beyond our fingers 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. We get out beyond the horizon line. It's just blue everywhere we look, and there's no land in sight. And so days of that, if you read any of the great sailing literature of the planet, there's a second quote-unquote person shows up. Your traveling companion sort of arrives on the boat with you and just kind of is there, like Wilson, you know who I'm talking about, Wilson. So there's a little bit of that going on. So there can be those internal moments of call and response, to which we're probably going to start exploring. The first thing we'll do is we'll start with a geolocator. We'll start with using the call and responses as geolocators, or presence. Are you here? Yes, I am here. And we'll start thinking in those terms. And that, I think, will help to, that's really insightful on Kevin's part. It will help to inform and ground our approach, or if we've been ungrounded, re-ground our approach to the guitar, right? And to phrasing and to melody making. So fingers 1 and 2 and 3 and stretch 4, and we are cruising right through these warm-ups this morning. We are cracking this down. If you're hanging out, it's worthwhile, because I'm going to crack open that guitar case in a few minutes, in a few moments. You're going to love this guitar. You're going to absolutely love this guitar. I'm not sure how much of it we're going to actually play this morning, because we still need to keep it fresh. We're still not wrapped on all of the footage we need to collect from it, but we do feel compelled to play it at least a little bit and share it with you before it hits before it hits the ground running. So I wanted to think a little bit in terms of tools. I wanted to talk a little bit about tools. So a friend of mine's a Pulitzer. We all have friends who are talented and doing things or whatever. So he's an artist. He puts himself in the limelight. I don't know if you knew where the term limelight came from or not, but it's a pretty interesting. I met one of the guys who owned one of the original limestone quarries and had that discussion, and it's interestingly enough in my home state. And so we're going to dial in this conversation a little bit, but he's an award-winning photojournalist, right? And so we're going back to fingers 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and we're kicking that first finger back. We've got the kickstand. We're at the kickstand, and we're just before 8 o'clock. So we've got another 35 minutes remaining, and we'll continue our journey through the warm-up cycle. But so this Pulitzer Prize-winning photojournalist says, hey, I love using my Nikon camera, and you know, I love using my Canon cameras. You know, I love the color science of Canon. I love the look of Canon. It's, if you pixel peep, you can see that the Canon is the gradations between pixels are just different. They're different and they're original, and it's got a Canon look. And we've just been shooting on Canon for a long time. We shoot on everything. But I said, hey, you know what, Michael? I thought Canon's customer service is just second to none. At least it was when I had a problem with my original 5D. And I sent it back. I love shooting on it because it's just, you know, something that no one wants to touch anymore. And we produce still images for very high-level clients, and nobody ever complains about what we serve. Funny stuff, you know. Beautiful camera, beautiful body. So I talked to Canon, and they said, "Hey, send me the body, and we'll fix it." And I said, "What do you want for shipping?" And, "Oh, don't worry, we've got an RA number, and just drop it off, and blah blah blah. We'll come and collect it." And they collected it, repaired it, sent it back, free of charge. The camera's like, I don't know, when was the first 5D made? It was the very first digital single lens reflex camera, right? The very first DSLR body on the planet. And so I have a copy of that somewhere in the shop, and in that case over there maybe. And they sent it back, no harm done, no foul. We had been recording and producing some footage in like 40 below, right? We were in the mountains, it was 40 below, and the mirror froze, and it fell off, and it stuck, and it wouldn't go up, and it's the old mirrors that would come up and down. And they fixed it, they repaired it, sent it back, said, hey, thanks for being a Canon enthusiast, a Canon customer for all these years. And I said, what do I owe you? And they said, absolutely nothing. And I couldn't believe it, I just couldn't believe it. So I shared that with Mike. I'm like, Canon's customer service is great. He's like, well, I'm not going to get into the weeds with you on that. It's not about, you know. And I thought, hey, don't worry, no problem, man. I understand. I was just saying that I've never experienced customer service like that, you know. Or if I had, it'd been a long, long time. And he said one thing to me I'll never forget. And he said, let me do these diagonal patterns. 9, 10, 11, and 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. He said to me something I'll never forget. He's been into the Ukraine filming all for National G. And, you know, he's the real deal. And he said, hey, it doesn't matter, I think, what we use as tools. A hammer is a hammer is a hammer. If I have a $20 East Wing or a $350 titanium California framer by Deluge, it doesn't really matter. If I know how to build a house, I'm still going to build a house, and I'm still going to get it done. It doesn't matter what the tool is. And so maybe he talked in terms of cameras, and I've been relating it in terms of hammers. But whatever the detail, it's just such a basic principle of talent and art and craftsmanship, right? And so I wanted to set up the tone for craftsmanship, that craftsmanship discussion. Oh yeah, Mrs. Bourgeois here has named her own hand-built. She built a hand-built. The photos are coming soon to the community link on the page here at YouTube. You got to see this guitar, 𝗺cie it's just a lovely guitar. You're gonna love it. So, and she's got a little story to share with us. but she named her guitar, allegedly named her guitar Kickstand, right? What up, Dunkin' Donuts? Oh, you know what? It's funny you mentioned Dunkin' because my favorite bakery, I was in my favorite bakery the other day and they recognized me from somewhere and she says, hey, come over here. And she introduced me to this other lady. And she says, hey, what size shirt do you need? And I said, what do you mean? We're going to give you a bakery shirt so you can wear it on your channel. And I said, oh my God, really? I've never seen anybody else wear a bakery shirt from this bakery, and I'm going to have my own bakery shirt. So it'll say, anyway, that's kind of cool. I do, just so you know, I do love donuts. I'm going to have my own bakery shirt, you know? So yeah, you're right. I do love donuts. You could probably tell. You take one look at a guy like me and you're like, he likes donuts. And I got to admit, I had dinner, ice cream for dinner last night on a waffle cone coated with chocolate and crunch coat. And it was beautiful dark chocolate raspberry truffle ice cream with mint chocolate chip on the bottom. And it was just really super duper, you know. I'd like to go ahead and do this 1, 2, 3, 4 exercise again. But I do get out there and I do walk and jog and practice yoga to help offset my my sometimes foolish diet. I think the 1, 2, 3, 4 diagonals, I like to also spread those out over the span of a few strings. And we've been working on introducing some new concepts here as we wrap up the last quarter of our time together this year. We've got a lot to draw because as we roll into 2026, this is going to be, season 2 is going to be, I haven't mentioned this at all to anybody, so don't tell anybody, but season 2 is going to be a little more involved. So we take those shapes, that 1, 2, 3, 4 on contiguous strings, we sort of park it on the 4 middle strings, and then we move this finger down, this finger up, so we have a really nice sort of stretch here, all right? So we have, not a stretch, but we could do stretches, right? That makes sense. We got to know all of the permutations. But we could go like this. We could also go like this, where we keep, we skip the 2 middle strings. So let's try that, see what happens. I mean, you signed up to watch a train wreck this morning, didn't you? Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, let's watch Jason just kind of, it's got to be slowed down. So this is what happens when we approach something new or something that's totally fallen out of practice. And the thing to remember is to, as my voice squeaks, the thing to remember for me is to have patience with myself, because there's no possible way I'm going to, keep in practice an infinite number of permutations, an infinite realm of possibilities here. So the best I can do is use the time that I have, and not to be sort of like Lord of the Rings nerdy, but use the time that I have and do the best that I can with it, you know. Now it's starting to come back to me, so I can start using triplets. Most of this stuff is like riding a bike, right? Don't forget to breathe. forget. Oh, I'm going to open up this guitar here too in just a second. Right, a beautiful, beautiful guitar, which I can't. But I'm so thankful. I'm so thankful to be. It's like, imagine yourself like you're a race car driver or Jeff Gordon, you know, just starting out, and you ask for a Ferrari, you know, and Ferrari says, "Oh yeah, sure, here, yeah, it's for you. Yeah, take this." It's like it's a little bit humbling, you know. It's a little humbling, and a little. I got to admit, it's a little bit frightening when you think about the craftsmanship. So, Dana, I'm just going to set this up a little bit. Mr. Bourgeois has been. He's in his 50th year this year, and I'm also in my 50th year on the planet this year, and October is my month, and so he's been doing this for a long time, and if you do something long enough, my uncle always said, if you do something long enough, you get good at it, and it's that simple. He says it's that simple, and some of the things that I want to follow up personally with him on are they're questions that can only be answered by someone who's been doing this. I would say this is multi-generational, every 20 years, right? So he's done this for 2 generations, over 2 generations. And some of those lessons, you know, some of the answers might not be appreciated yet by a person like me who hasn't been doing it for 50 years. But when you play a guitar that's under his care, design, I've noticed that there's some benefit to having that experience behind the build. I've noticed it, and some others on the planet have also noticed it. All right, so let's go ahead and warm up with it. We'll finish up. We've got another 8 minutes until we open up this, crack this thing open, and we, I don't want to overplay it this morning, but I do want to just get it out here. Another few minutes, we'll walk through the pentatonic shapes because we are going to spend some time here for the remainder of the session with call and response. So these pentatonic shapes that we've been learning, you can actually download the PDF binder for free at jasoncareyguitar.com. So I think you can, I don't know if you can get it from the home page. It's just a landing page at the moment, what the public has access to. You can actually, you know what, I think I can find a link and share the link in the live chat if you want it. Takes chimes to change the brain, but it's a wonderful exercise in memory growth. Oh yeah. Yeah, neuroplasticity is the, you know, I have a lot of friends who just play guitar just specifically for that reason. Where's Robbie's t-shirt? I know what we'll do is when people show up absent, we'll just kind of link the t-shirt that morning. Oh man, that's kind of crazy. That is a pretty cool idea though. See how these shapes become ours, right? So the second shape. Good morning. Who are we looking at here? I'm missing some of these. I'm sorry, I'm missing some of these live chats. I'm not sure exactly what he did. I will have to get back into some more detail here. But I plan on working with it for some time, Jill. I plan on working with it for some time. As long as, I'll tell you what, I will absorb as much leash as they are willing to let out there, right? That's the way I'll speak about it. It's like I'm a dog on the, I'm chomping at the bit, I'm running right to the end of the leash. But I also understand how to play heel. I also understand a lot of those commands. But it's just so thrilling. it's just so thrilling, you know, just to have a guitar like that in the shop. And it's not a, you know, it's not one of his $40,000 guitars either. You know what I mean? It's like an easily approachable sort of entry level into the world of bourgeois guitars, you know, and it's still cracking. It's still a banger, and you're going to hear it in a second. Fingers 2, 4, 1, shape number 2. If you need the PDF binder, let me know. I'll go ahead and share the link with you. You know, I thought maybe you can see how exciting it is to, you know, I can hardly contain myself, and it feels like it's good to be excited. You know, a new tool or a new instrument can really breathe new life and new songs and new guitar thing into the world of practicing or aspiring practicing guitar practitioner. It can really, a new tool can change the game. While we appreciate we can carry on with exactly the same tools that we have as long as we maintain them correctly, there's no doubt, there's no substitute, and there's no substitute for understanding I think so. I don't know. I don't really know the details. All I know is that I have it at the moment, and I'm really going to appreciate it exactly for what it is. Yeah, that's all I know. And so I also am aware that at any moment, anything can change at any given moment, and I want to have a deep respect for that. So I'm going to do my best while I'm holding that guitar in my hands to represent what I feel that represents in the world of musical instrumentation, right? I'm really going to do my best to be the best possible representation of a guitar practitioner I can while holding that in my hands. If you get what I mean, it's like if I was holding a guitar, a handmade guitar by Gilles Bourgeois, I would have to really think about it long and hard before I just pick it up and play it, because it's a very sensitive thing. There's a lot of hours, there's a lot of work, and some of us think like the cars are just printed off the production line, you know what I mean? But some cars are, you know, hand built. Every little piece is machined and for a short run, and it drives the cost way up because all of that care has been there. And if someone doesn't like it, you know, it's up to them. But the respect and the care about responding to an instrument, something, you know, like that is important, I think. And it's not just another commodity to just kind of sell around and ship around, you know what I mean? Although it really is, you know, people need to eat on this planet. And so all of that's, you know, fair game, but I wanted to talk a little bit more about just getting through, getting through these pentatonic systems here. And if you do need the PDF, I have a 6-page PDF. It's free. You can download it right now, quick, while it's fresh in your mind. It's free. If you need a link, just let me know, and we'll drop the link in the live chat as we transition into the next piece of this session, where we visit the ancient and relevant, somehow still relevant, concept of call and response. Yeah. And we're going to do it together live here right now, just as we finish that. One more of these shapes to get through, and we're shifting the bell. We're shifting the sequencing here. So fingers 2, 4, 1, 4, 3, 4, 2, 4, and then 4, 2, 4, 2, 4, and then 2, 4, 2, 4, 1, 4, 1, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4. Yeah, I've got a guitar on loan the way I understand it. And although I'd love to fantasize that it's actually mine, it may not be like quite mine, you know. And although I say this guitar that I'm playing right now is mine, it's really something that will outlive me. So really, it's mine to care for during mine lifetime, right? I'm the custodian of this guitar, and it could live for a long time. And the next person in line will hopefully remember that we're only custodians of these instruments as we pass through the time. And that's shape number 5. That sentiment that I shared with you, custodians of guitars, is a sentiment from a good friend of mine and my trusty, like really great. He's like the sage. He's my guitar. He's a really great guitar tech. You know, he's a really great guitar tech. Kickstand guitars. Shoot. We had another one called 𝗪𝗍𝗃 that we just started. It's shuxguitars.com. It's a fun little thing to look at. And you can see that as I'm transitioning from one guitar to the next, I'm about ready. So if you're here and you're excited about guitars, if you're like a guitar geek at all, this is something that you might want to check out. I'm going to open up, this hasn't been officially released on our channel yet, but let's take a quick look at what's happening here. So we have, I think I can go this way a little bit, but it's a pretty guitar, and I hate to touch it. Oh, let's give it a little bit of love here. So it's pretty cool. It's got a beautiful headstock, beautiful finish. Beautiful nut. The nut is really well done. You can see that the back of the headstock is kind of like the old Martin design, and I've actually witnessed it. I've witnessed them do the work on these herringbones and Indian rose. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that sucker. Remember that sound? And that sound. And this sound. Sounds different, doesn't it? Sounds a little different. Yes, it does. And here's the front. We didn't see the front yet, but you can see that there's some depth to the pick guard. You can see the ebony bridge. The saddle is pretty well done and pretty well cared for. I just don't want to ding it on anything. But the herringbone, all of this is pretty well cared for. Top tap tune, and I better tune it up because we haven't played it at all. Rosewood, yeah, and Sitka, yep. sound guitar. Oh my gosh, it just, the response is just sick. It's sick. It feels like I'm, you know, 𝗕𝗽𝗄𝗃 doing like that, coming out of the bowl, just doing the Christ air with one of the boards in the hand, just kind of, woo, just out there. Just the connection here is, the connection with the fretboard is, let me turn this off for a minute, and the intonation is immaculate. Oh man. So the guitar is actually like in tune with itself. Yeah. And you can feel the response. So like if you're pedaling on, you know, stepping on the Ferrari F355 gas, you know, the accelerator pedal, that that aluminum machined, you know, accelerator pedal has got, when you press on it, like the acceleration is like immediate. There's like no lag, you know, there's no sag. It's just immediate. And you can feel like this is like, even on the entrance level bourgeois guitars, like you can just hear the top is left, you know. Kudos, my friends. You know, these guys are involved in something that's, you know, very rare. It's very rare. So what's even more rare is being careful and calculated about the way we conduct a discussion these days, you know? Yeah. So I wanted to talk, we should talk a little bit about call and response here, because this is what it's all about. And then we typically will start with, you know, just something simple like, and it's just the beginning. This is the beginning. It's just an E5 power chord, or E, you know, open E, fret 2 on the A, fret 2 on the D, and then fret open, you know, you could get that 4th fret up here and you could keep it E5 all the way up to fret 5 on the B string. It's in tune. Damn. It's enough to make a grown man cry. Yeah. All right. So we've got, and this is just like entry level, you know, this is the accessibility option, you know. But we're just going to use basically the bottom two strings and just keep that groove going. All of that stuff that we want to shove in there, omit it for now. And we're only focusing on call and response. And then so we're not in a hurry to respond with a response. We are thinking people. We are thinking and thoughtful guitar practitioners. There's no need to be in a hurry to respond. But, you know, the call might come again if we don't respond quickly enough for the caller. You know what I mean? And then maybe I'm ready to call, you know, provide some kind of response back. But maybe the call becomes more elaborate as we go on. But it's really something so simple as the minor three. We're using, oh my God, the low E string and the D string octave. This is the first guitar in a long time that's nailed the tuning of the low E and fret 2 on the D string. I'm just saying, you know. So, yep. So the scale length is good. All of the intonation is like spot on. As far as my ears can, my you know, whatever my ears are, my ears feel like it's in tune. So we've got this really nice flat 3. We could actually bend it. We don't need to bend it. We could just play it like that. And then we could respond immediately. And then we could have that discussion again and then respond a different way. So the call and response is giving us space. It's giving us time to absorb what's been said. It's giving us the humanity and the dignity of taking the time, letting the time pass by to draw out a more meaningful and deeper discussion where we can drill down and talk higher, right? So here we go. So 1, and I know we're getting ready to wrap up, so we'll just I know it's a lot of time going by, but it all works. there's a lot going on with this guitar. I got to tell you, it's just it is just something else. It's a whole different ball game, and I'm a little bit scared of it. So I got to tell you, I'm going to come back to it. I'm going to put it away for now. I'm going to finish up. We're going to have to finish up documenting the documentation of the guitar as we absorb it into our morning ritual live stream, and as we absorb it into some of the content flow of some of the other things that we have going on. But I really wanted to share this with you guys first, and it may be a few more days, another week, before we actually start seeing it on the channel, but I felt strongly about sharing this with you who've been here with me day after day through this whole year. So I really appreciate. I just wanted to let you know I'm not really sharing it at all yet, except for those of you who are here. So thank you very much. And I'm Jason. This is the Morning Ritual. Kevin, have a great day, everyone. Until tomorrow. Nice morning, Jason. Until tomorrow. Thank you very much for being here, Kevin. I appreciate it. Good to see you, Jill, Mark. And we had some new friends here. Barry, National sounds good. Thanks, Barry. Yeah, I appreciate that, man. Thank you. And onesie, Mark, see you later. And Gilbert Jarvis, Blackbird. Yeah, all right. Yeah. All right. Like, share, subscribe, share with your friends. We'll be here all year long. I'm here every weekday morning at 7:30 a.m. for my personal warm-up on the guitar for 1 hour. And hope to see you again tomorrow. And thank you so much for being here today. And thank you very much. We'll see you tomorrow.